Hey everyone, it's Matt, and today I'm tasting Gwyneth Paltrow's $28 Goop coffee. Now, it got a lot of flack when it first came out because of the fact that it is $28, which is on the pricey side. But I'm also a person who believes in paying farmers a fair share. And if that means paying $28 and it's good coffee, then I could be on board with that. But is this coffee worth it? I'm gonna give you my thoughts, the good and the bad, and compare it to a coffee that's $9 cheaper. Hey friends, today I'm gonna be trying Gwyneth Paltrow's Goop specialty coffee. We'll see if this stands up to the $28 that it sells for. And right off the bat, there are a few things that I notice about this that are different from other specialty coffees. First of all, the use of the word fair trade seems a little odd to me here. I'm gonna come back to that and explain why in a moment. Brief, small thing here, but kind of a big deal, I think, if you're buying specialty coffee. The information that comes with this coffee, both on the back of the bag and on this card, tells us the producer, Astrid Medina, who is a very well-respected Colombian farmer. She has won the Cup of Excellence competition, so, you know, she's putting some good stuff out there into the world. It's a washed coffee from Tolima, Colombia, medium roast, tasting notes, delicate floral, honey, peach. What's missing? Varietals and elevation. And that might not be important to you if you're going in the grocery store and buying Starbucks. But if you're buying a single origin coffee, like this one, that's important because single origins are kind of like vintages of wine. Once they're gone, they're gone. So this coffee, once this year is done, I can't just go and buy it again. And if I want something that's similar to it, I should probably be able to say, you know what, I really liked the fact that it was atypica. I liked that it was from this region. I liked that it was from this elevation. I might be able to get something that's similar with that information. But I can't because they haven't given it to me. The other thing I have an issue with here is the use of fair trade. I think this is some marketing bunk. I hate to say this, but I don't see how this could possibly be fair trade coffee. And that's not necessarily bad, it's just misleading, unless I'm wrong. The only way that you can be fair trade certified is if you're a farming cooperative. There's also no fair trade logo here. I think what probably happened is they wanted to use the phrase fair trade so that you felt good about it, because a lot of consumers are like, I want fair trade coffee. I want to do what's right for the farmer. Well, I'm here to tell you fair trade is not always great for the farmer. And that's because fair trade sets an insurance policy, right? So if the price of coffee goes below $1.25, which might be the price, the fair trade insurance price, and it's sitting at 99 cents per pound. Fair trade coffee says, nope, you're gonna get that $1.25. Doesn't matter how low it goes. But if it goes above $1.25 and it's $1.50, well, I mean, you know, they're not gonna do anything to say, well, now you get $1.75. And the truth is, this coffee, I would be very surprised if they paid $1.25 per pound for this. In fact, if they did, none of us should be buying it and not paying certainly $28 for it. The truth is, they probably paid significantly more than this because Astrid has a very good reputation and she's producing specialty coffee. And the reason that specialty coffee is so good when you buy it is because we're paying for quality. We're not paying for bulk coffee. And so contracts are made based on the quality. And the price the farmers get is always more. So fair trade, I don't think so. I think they went with fair trade strictly because you're likely to look for that. I'm sure that the fair trade people are not too thrilled about that, but I don't know. Maybe they're not gonna say anything because it's Gwyneth Paltrow. I don't know. I don't know what's going on here. The other thing it says here is that this is gonna be good coffee as espresso, filter, or French press. I'm not so sure it's gonna be great as espresso, and so I'm gonna test it out in the closest thing I can do to espresso here, my mocha pot, a little bit later. But before I do that, let's do a comparison testing with this coffee. This is from Mighty Oak, which is a roastery here in Astoria. They do some interesting stuff. At some point, maybe we'll make a video about this, but they roast with wood. Very unique. Only 2 places in the United States doing that. This is an Ethiopian coffee. It's not a Colombian coffee, but it has very similar notes: raspberry, peach, and lemon. I went with this because Ethiopian coffees tend to be more floral. This is a natural process coffee also. So this is gonna be a little bit different, probably because washed coffees tend to be a little bit cleaner in flavor. These tend to be a little bit sweeter in flavor, sometimes fruitier. And that's because they're dried in the fruit of the cherry where these are fermented. But the point is, this one's $19, this one's $28. I wanna know, am I gonna taste this one and be like, yeah, that one's the one. This is what I wanna be drinking every day. So we're gonna find out. I'm gonna blind taste these, and then we're gonna make some mocha pot. Can you tell which one is which? Because I have no idea which one is which. We're gonna wait till 4 minutes. It does look interestingly like this one right here is starting to lose its crust pretty early, which I don't know, may mean something, may not mean something. Whereas this one over here, it's got, I guess, probably some more gas in it. It might be fresher because it still has its crust. There's a lot of reasons for that though, so I'm not quite willing to make any quality decisions based upon that, but we shall see what we shall see. We have reached the 4-minute mark, so I'm gonna go ahead and break the crust. This one doesn't have a crust anymore, it's gone, but I'm still gonna give it a 1, 2, 3 stir. And this one here, we will break the crust. Okay. And now let's wait and see what happens as they brew. We are now at 8 minutes. Let's go ahead and try these and see what we think. This is the first cup here, the one that lost all the gas. Okay. Okay. I'm pretty sure I know which one is which. I have to say though, this one's not that good. I would not drink this in the morning. This one is very heavily citric. I get some sort of limey acidity to it, which I think is kind of aggressive actually. Both of these were roasted a day apart. The Goop was roasted on the 29th of October. The Mighty Oak was roasted on the 30th of October. So they should both be of sort of a similar freshness. This is definitely a lighter coffee. This one, has a lot more flavor to it. Raspberry, definitely, and peach, definitely. This one is sweeter. It's more floral, actually. It's also got this jamminess to it, which makes me think this is the natural coffee, that this is the Mighty Oak Roaster coffee. That makes this the Goop coffee. And regardless of who made this cup, I don't particularly care for it. So let's take a look here. Well, it's the Goop. I would not pay $28 for this coffee. Hey everyone, Matt with a late breaking announcement for this video. Now you've just found out that the coffee that I didn't like was the Goop. I'm gonna continue to review it, but it really hurt me watching this and editing it for you to know that coffee that came from such a good farm, and what I found was a pretty reputable roaster, was not that good. And I was just really confused about why this might have happened. And I'm drinking the Goop now and having a very different experience. There's something that I did in this video, both times when I brewed, that had a huge effect on the flavor. And it's something that you might do at home when you're brewing your coffee. So we're gonna actually come up with a follow-up video where I talk about how to make sure you're getting the best coffee you can get by doing this one thing differently that will take you from coffee that was really not very pleasant to coffee that is actually quite enjoyable. So keep an eye out for that. I wouldn't pay $16 for this coffee, actually. I'm gonna try a sip. I'll say this. You could do much worse. This is not, it's not garbage, but I find this to be very unremarkable and not particularly appealing. The Mighty Oak coffee is very nice. I would drink this in the morning. This is a breakfast coffee for sure. I could see having this with eggs and bacon and toast. But it's got that sweetness to it, so I'd want it, you know, like a Sunday brunch type of thing. This is nice. It's got a bit of jamminess to it, which is a sign that it's a natural coffee. It's really that raspberry that they're talking about that sort of gives this away as the natural. Sometimes natural processed coffees, they are done seamlessly, and you can't tell that it's a natural process. And sometimes they're super aggressive and you're like, okay, it's a natural, we get it. This is definitely neither of those things. You can tell that it's a natural, but it's not aggressive or unpleasant. And yeah, this is actually, I would think, a very versatile coffee. I would be interested in trying this as espresso. So what the heck? Let's brew them both up in the mocha pot. Let's see how the Goop tastes as the mocha stovetop espresso. I gotta say, this is really sour. Ooh, and the aftertaste is, it's very astringent. It honestly is like I just stuck a lemon in my mouth. Not recommended for espresso. Barely recommended as coffee, to be honest with you. I gotta say, I don't know what went wrong here. I don't know if this is a roasting problem, but this is not worth $28. I would be very disappointed if I spent $28. I'm laughing because I did spend $28 and I did buy this, but I did it for you. I did it for you. really don't know what to say. I feel like this is really disappointing. Let's try the next coffee. Let's try the Mighty Oak. Okay, now this is a good cup of espresso. It is incredibly sweet. It's got a roundness to it, where the other one was so sharp and sour. This one, I've got that little bit of brightness on the front of it, but I've also got that depth, the butteriness. The thing with natural coffees is they tend to, you know, sort of get more intense, right, as you make them espressos. And so fruity things, you know, they'll get really fruity, and sometimes the acidity gets a little bit out of control, but I'm not having that issue at all here. A lot of complexity in the flavors, where the Goop sort of smacks you across the face with its acidity. The Mighty Oak is just really pleasant. I was ready to, you know, think, well, sure, it's probably good, but it's probably not $28 good. But I was open to the idea that this perhaps could be a $28 bag of coffee. It is possible, you know, if you go out and you want to get the best that there is. And I don't think we can blame Astrid Medina here. I don't think we can blame Common Room Roasters. I don't know who we can blame. Something went very wrong here. I don't know. I don't really know what went wrong here, but I'm not impressed. $28? No. This was a waste of $28. On the other hand, Mighty Oak, I am gonna link them in the description below. You should check them out. As I said, it's really unique. They are one of 2 places in the United States that roast with wood. And that is a crazy, crazy thing. So check them out if you're interested in trying this particular coffee that we sampled today. Thank you so much for joining me on City Boy. I will see you next time.